And we're about to start Bonnie's story or anecdote. Where the fire starts. So part 1, the girl in the back seat. The view from the back seat is just as nice. March 11, 1726. Raining. Wait, so Bonnie's in this area too? Our next heroine stands next to the highway patrol officer, feeling a fleeting but probing gaze laying on her. Where did the robbery take place? So, like in I think I'm not sure if it's with a 1.2 or so. She was in the she was doing a theater thing of a play for their movie for like a haunted or like a murder or like one of the horror scenes again. So it's kind of nice that she's in this one now, but I'm not sure if she's playing being an actress again or if it's a different story.
Gosh.
Just off of Interstate 77. If you listened to me earlier, you wouldn't be asking again now.
Please.
Just taking things down for a second, miss. Can you tell us more about the incident? Do you have a description of the robbers?
What?
I just parked near the stop sign where a bunch of masked crooks swarmed over. About 6 of them. Before I even knew what was happening, one of them had hopped into the passenger seat and pointed a gun in my face. They wanted cash, but I never carry much cash on me, so I gave him my checkbook and credit cards. Was anything else taken away?
Of course.
Yeah, my suitcase. It had my first aid kit in it, my camcorder, and most importantly, my damn film reels.
That's awful.
That was my entry for the festival. If I don't get it back, this whole trip will be pointless.
Thank you.
Understood. Thank you for the info, miss. We'll do our best to get your stuff back ASAP. And just how soon as ASAP? Because I gotta submit that sample to the judges. Just jot down your contact info on this form for us, miss. We'll let you know if we get any leads. Bonnie scribbles her parents' contact info on the form, signing off on a whole hour of nothing but boring questions and stress. This whole trip could end up being a waste of time.
Good. Very well.
Whatever, at least I'm still in one piece. And so is my car. She turns on her trusty car onto the highway, foot slamming on the pedal, heading south along the main road as she leaves the patrol officer behind her. She drives through the heavy rain, past godly vinyl banners and signs that sway in a misty downpour. Driving through the night is not the best decision, especially in her current state.
Aw, that sucks.
Well, looks like I'm crashing in the backseat tonight. Bonnie crawls back to the console and slumps onto the seat, only to find her back meeting a sudden sticky situation. What the? Is this grease? Oh my god. She almost springs up from the shock, only just managing to avoid smacking her head on the roof. Huh?
Gosh.
Alright, whatever, Blonney. Do you have any other options? Whatever happens next, I don't give a damn. She curses, then reluctantly lowers herself back into the seat, pulling the blanket up over her head. The drumming of the rain lures her into a grumbling sleep, and then into a dream. She's running down a hallway with a raging fire following behind her. The flames suck in the air around her, leaving her choking and gasping. Beneath the blanket, Bonnie's expression becomes fierce and agitated as she tosses against the nightmare. Of course, reality is not much better. Those little critters in the fog. The hoarse, crackling voice drowns out in the rain. Help me! The knocking on the window grows more and more frantic. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? She pulls out a lighter from her pocket, a tiny flame illuminating the darkness around her. Everything comes back into focus. A pitch-black handprint appeared before her. Help us! She holds her breath and hears nothing, not even her finger owns breathing. The pounding stops and all goes silent. Is it over? She opens the car door, slowly and cautiously, but the figure has already disappeared into the night, leaving only an echo of heavy footsteps. She runs her finger over the handprint, pulling off a fine black powder as she does, with a lingering scent of burnt wood and ash. Charcoal? The footprints extends from her car into the shrouded forest close by, in an ominous darkness that seems to radiate out from its shade.
Good.
Huh?
Very well.
Did I just have a run-in with an honest-to-goodness highway ghost? She smiles and turns towards the forest. The rain drenched her clothes and hair as she begins to follow the footsteps. The grass is bent unnaturally in one direction. She hunches down for a closer look. Drag marks? Looks like our highway ghost isn't the only one haunting this place. The footprints and drag marks intersect, and together they lead to a den beneath the leafy ash tree. A black and yellow critter jumps out, bearing a row of sharp little teeth. Squeak, squeak, squeak? Was it only just a critter? You didn't eat the ghost for dinner, did ya?
Fine. I'll give it a try. No? Over here! One hard hit! Come on, baby! Ouch! No? Can't be bothered to sweat it. Pink always looks good on me! One hard hit! Watch out! Over here! We come out of thin air. They are hideous and evil. They are my friends. Damn it! No? Can't be bothered to sweat it. Pink always looks good on me. All right, the party's over. Thank you for cleaning up the room and watch.
The critter squeaks again before scurrying off into its den.
What?
Wonder if he's scared or just going back for reinforcements. Weird. The footsteps and drag marks are gone. So, is this some kind of critter prank? Another rough night. You know what? I'm just gonna look around for a hotel nearby. Night Owl Inn. The Night Owl Inn is nestled about 4 miles off the highway in a secluded spot. Could be worse. Blonney flips down the mirror, takes off her earrings, kicks off her tennis shoes, and puts a pair of black stinted cowboy boots, followed by a wrinkled white linen shirt, with a couple of buttons undone below the collar. And from the passenger side glove or compartment, a plastic handgun with Nicole lace model core engraved on the side.
Good.
Sure, it's fake, but it's the only fashion accessory no girls should leave home without. She jumps out of the car and walks swiftly towards the hotel from beneath a dim streetlight. She pushes open the door. The lobby is furnished as if it had been granted place in better times. An antique crystal chandelier, cushioned sofa, handcrafted coffee tables littered with dated magazines. From a radio behind the reception, Hotel California plays out with odd serendipity. You can check out at any time you like, but you can never leave. The hotel owner is leafing through a copy of 17 magazine. Got anywhere I can lay low for a while? Room starts from 120 per night.
What?
What planet are you from, buddy? You think I'll pay that much to stay in a dump like this? Jeez, a rat, and it smells like a sewer. A rat scamper dances close to her shoe. Her frustration boils over into rage. Yeah, could be. Pipes are back up, but hey, could be worse. You got any other options, little lady? So about that price, you gotta be joking, right?
Dear?
Like I said, miss, you got any other options? Think of it this way. The walls are so thin, you'll be able to listen to the radio here free of charge, so it could be worse. You're out of cash, got nowhere else to go? I heard it all before, but this ain't a charity. You want something to eat, drink, or sleep? You're gonna have to pay up somehow. Fine. How's this for collateral? A one-of-a-kind, worldwide limited edition. Blonney stands a film festival invite on the counter. Wow. Ah, nice. Thanks for playing ball, miss. What's your name? Call me Blonney. After she leaves the counter, the hotel owner peeks over his magazine. Blonney, sure, just your everyday typical Blonney. Enjoy your stay. The hotel room is tiny, barely bigger than her car.
That's awful.
Oh, that musty smell. Is it really all 120 a night gets you? One night, that's all I'm giving this place. Who would have guessed that getting robbed would suck? She huffs as she flops on a thin spring mattress and grabs the TV remote. The screen flickers to life as a talking head on the news report on a certain highway killer known as Baptiste. The police have yet to release their finding. A light breeze fluttered up the fresh spread curtains on her window.
What?
Is someone there? She cracks the window fully open and simply pours in a soft rhythmic patter of rain, punctuated by yells, shattering glass, and a click-clack echoes from high heels coming from the restaurant. Jeez, can you all quiet the hell down? So, part 2, Unpromptu Actors. How could a show revolving around a mundane protagonist and significant sidecaster ever become a hit? March 12, 1822, raining. Our heroine, sheltering in a night owl inn, endures a sleepless night, her mind entangled with rumors, woven from thread of misfortune, death, and crime. Rumors. This place is teeming with them. Jeez, this whole thing is so formidable. Like, of course, a side character would wind up here. But, of course, this particular character has once worked in a hotel before. She knows the ins and outs of the work, and knows it's exactly the right place to find a good story. She overhears the animated discussion of the guests in the restaurant, catching fragments of their chatter, a strange set of words that light up her imagination: brains, decapitation, and ghosts. She makes a silent but certain decision. You want to work here?
I think that.
It's just, I figured someone like you could be a model, or at least make good money at a casino or a club. I mean, on tips alone. And if you're looking at getting into an entertainment biz, those are the kind of places you meet the real big shots that are looking for pretty thin things like you. Yeah, maybe, but I need to get my invite back and finish this new script before that festival ends. Well, here's hoping you nail the script soon. Maybe one day you'll write the next Dick Tracy. But until then, the dinner rush is coming, so how about you get in the kitchen and start cooking that slop? Ha, I've been meaning to tell you, the slop you're serving here is awful. At least you're aware of it. That'll tell you you're not the typical psycho. Pleasure to working with you, boss. Blonney finds his shopping list and some coupons on the kitchen counter, along with a bright pink leaflet about a water outage. The sink is oddly clean for the sake of place, and even the hardwood floor is spotless, save for a light color mark that catches her eye. What's this? A bleach stain? Blonney opens the cupboard under the sink, and a smell of lemon scent and ammonia hits her in the burst. At 10:10 p.m., Blonney hijacks the front desk radio to suit her own taste. Tuna salad, as best as she could make, lies in a large bowl on the table, with jars of sauce and fixings heating up above the fireplace. Above the jars on the fireplace mantel, there's a revolver hung on display. Oh, that's a gorgeous gun. But why do you get that up there? You expecting some kind of trouble? Huh. Not the time for a chit-chat. Get to work, Missy. Blonney hears the clicking of cutlery on dishes as the first guests begin to fill the hotel lobby for dinner. Evening, ma'am. Can I get you something to drink? Coffee, tea, or something stronger?
Thank you.
Water will be fine, dear.
Good.
Alright, ma'am. The bottle here is $32.
What?
You found yourself a real cook here, boss, and such a beauty, too. The man is clearly drunk and practically shouts the words at her.
Wow.
Miss, you are... How do you say it? A hottie. I'm sure you can tell I'm not from around here. I was just transferred here from Paris. Really? So how's your French?
Dear?
Huh. Let's put it this way. I'm fluent in their kissing technique.
Wow, I almost got chills.
You might want us to do a better job of hiding that one-track mind of yours. Et tu, ma chérie? Wow, that accent is horrible. You sure that wasn't Paris, Texas? Boss, I'm really digging this new girl. She pays no mind to his jokes. He knows his type. They may not be an ideal guest, but they're useful for something. They can never keep their mouth shut. It's all too easy to get all the best and juiciest stories out of them.
What's wrong?
Huh? Why are you heading out so late, boss? And what's with the bucket of paint? You must have seen the notice. The water's off tomorrow, so I'm heading out for supplies. There's a delivery at the door. Just put it in the cellar.
What?
Wow. A case of Bristol cream sherry. Does this place even have a wine cellar?
Of course.
That's right. The old owner, Mr. Sell, was a real wine fanatic. He even built a cellar right beneath where you're standing. Your boss helped build it back in the day, and then he stayed on to work for Mr. Sell. Since Mr. Sell's gone, he's taking things over temporarily. As this drunk man hiccups, Blonney turns away to hide her disgust, before returning to with a Texas-wide smile. So what happened to Miss Doll? He went missing. Yeah, It was the night of the big old forest fire just outside the town. Coincidence? I think not. But the cops said there's no sign he got snatched up or killed. They reckon he just decided to get up and leave. Me? I
It
can't
might
decide.
be-
One part of me thinks Mr. Side is still alive and kicking out there somewhere. The other, that he's got to be some kind of vengeful ghost. A ghost? Considering all he went through, all those poems, maybe he had a hideout ready and was just waiting for the right time. Then, poof. I'll bite. What crap did he go through? His wife got murdered. Blonney watches as he poured the 32 mineral water into his glass. And what about the forest fire?
I heard that.
I think the police said it was about 4 miles from here. Why? You planning on scooping out the place? Mon chéri, you? The blonde girl interrupts him. I know what you're about to say. I just look like a typical victim in a slasher flick, right? The blonde hair, that figure, those looks, you fit the part.
Fine, whatever.
Huh, yeah. Crazies and criminals love to go after girls like me. Don't worry, they'll end up regretting it. She stops to check on the table. That'll be $32. Room service. Bonnie pushes the food cart to the guest door. The darkness at the end of the stairs spread out towards her, as if calling her with an irresistible pull. Hello, room service. The tightly shut door opens to the sound of barking, and a haggard woman stands there, keeping a dog at bay. The walls of her room are covered with photos, all of her in stand-up clubs, clearly old photos of her younger days. Time seems to have robbed her of comedy and her senses. So, get some more of that sherry, the good stuff. My happy water, the kind you used to send, okay? Do me a solid, hon. Please, I know you got it stashed away.
What?
I think you got the wrong person, ma'am.
Shh.
Damn it. You changed, though. Ever since you took that old bottle from me, you've been nothing but a grump. Christ.
Shoot.
You promised me you let an old woman drink in peace, but now, all I got is that awful raw gut you keep sending me. The dog starts barking again, louder and whinier than before.
Of course.
Don't worry, Finny. We won't let little Jack see it. Will we, Finny? We'll play with little Jack next time, okay? Finny whimpers, his sorrowful eyes staring at the stairs towards the end of the hallway.
Good.
Great. An isolated hotel in the middle of a storm, a missing former owner, irrational guest, and a secret new boss, and Finny here seems to have pointed out another strange guest. I get all the ingredients I need right here. She walks towards the stairs at the end of the hall. The magnetic pole returns. She makes her way up, the stairs creaking a warning. Huh. A new ingredient, a locked attic. Does this place have a blue beard too? She lines up with the key with a jagged keyhole, slides it in, and turns. A crisp click echoes. Then the door swings open. A mouse darts through along the baseboard in a panic. In the attic stands a 4-post bed. The sheets is disarray. Bonnie reaches out to straighten the bedding, but finds a curious soft pile beneath. She flips through the blankets and pillows, discovering photos under the pillow, accompanied by the line of small text below. Happy birthday, son, Heinz Stat and Jack Stahl, 1983. The man in the photo is holding a boy. The boy is holding a life-size doll that looks exactly like him.
Gosh.
So this must be Jack's room. Bonnie hears a strange sniffing sound coming from behind her. It's coming from the closet. She tiptoes over to it, noticing a small hole in the door. She directs the flashlight through this hole. It beams skies through stacked clothes before landing on her target. A boy's face, identical to the boy in the photo. The boy's eyes glimmer in the darkness, as wide and black as a baby deer caught in the headlights. So part 3, Blackened Beetles. It is only when we fall onto the level of these that we become closest to death. March 13, midnight 4, cloudy. The storm subsides and the moonlight casts a dark indigo hue over the horizon, like a bruise. The boy crawls out of the closet.
Hmm?
You're not my dad. Who are you?
Uh,
No, really. What are you doing hiding here, kid? Playing hide and seek with dad? Anyone ever tell you your eyes looks like an animal? I bet those eyes of yours could land you a spot in the movies. If you want, you could be the star of my latest flick. But what if dad comes back while I'm out making a movie with you and he can't find me? Your dad? She recalls the photo and then asks in surprise. Mr. Stahl?
oh,
You know my dad? Not really, no, but he seems like a real centered character. Seems like everyone wants to find him. I just know there's a story worth digging into behind all this. He should be looking for me.
of course.
I think you ought to... Wait, I think you're the one that ought to go find your dad, you know. He's your legal guardian, and if you want to be in the movies, we're gonna need him to sign off on it. Well, if you help me find my dad, then sure, I'll be in your film.
Well done.
It's a deal then. The shadows of the trees loom from above, devouring the two figures. The boss didn't come back last night. Who knows if he got it? But I left him a note, whether he sees it or not. She shines a flashlight into the dark, revealing a tangled trunk of an old cypress tree. A critter's eye flash and then disappears into the dark den below. Stay close, Jack. She looks back towards Jack. He is memorized by the shivering corpse of a blackened beetle on the ground. Blonney, why do insects get all dry and empty when they die? Because all the gooey stuff in their bodies gets eaten up by bacteria and fungus and things. But the shell are too tough to eat, so that's why they get left behind. I think maybe it's cause they lost their souls. Once the soul is gone, they just shrivel up. Is so?
No.
Nah. They're robbed because they're dead. That's all there is to it.
Oh,
My dad likes to read stories about death and souls from Mr. Dark Poetry collection. You should probably cut back on that stuff, kid. I like a good dark film as much as the next girl, but there's enough precedence in the world already. Every wannabe amateur out there goes on and on about the meaning of soul and death. Always death. They always think that being edgy will win them awards. Art films, especially. Are they bad stories? I don't think they're great, but even crappy movies have their uses. Just give people the start in the business.
gosh.
And people need to eat, after all. Blonney walks deeper into the forest. The tall grass around her is filled with narrow, vine-like puddles. After making a closer inspection, she realized they were formed by rainwater collected in an old tire track. These are old and deep. Maybe Mr. Stahl drove out here. It's worth a look anyway. But if this is anything like a horror movie, the car will probably be empty or a faint yellow light flickers deep within the dark forest, briefly flashing past her eyes before vanishing. She catches a whiff of the foul, tar-like chemical odor, sweet yet nauseating. That's gasoline! The distant sound of the engine grows louder, rapidly approaching. Blonney turns towards the noise, spotted a yellow Camaro wearing wildly from the side and heading straight for her and Jack. Watch out! The car screeches past, almost hitting them, before caressing into a tree with an ear-splitting crash. The driver's seat's empty. No way. The car door bursts open with a bang, unleashing an intense wave of heat. Several critters come tumbling out. The smoke seems to be blinding them. They scurry around in confusion. One critter seems to be in charge, a familiar little guy in black and yellow.
What?
Critters? Blonney looks at the wrecked car, now a twist metal sculpture. A flag is fished on the windshield, hearing the Cell family crest and the motto, "Live in Hope." So that's ironic. I don't think my dad's in there.
May I ask?
Blonney, do you think we'll find him if we keep going?
Sorry for that.
I can't say kid, but if your dad's car is here, we gotta be on the right track, right?
Okay.
Okay. I'll just think about what I'm gonna say to Dad when he find him. How about, found you, or, look Dad, I won. Hold up. There's something over there. Shh. Blonney stops and Jack follows her lead. Is that Dad? She's not sure what she's looking at, but the flashlight reveals a deep pit with a charred mass mixed with the smell of wet rain and blood. She picks up the familiar scent of burnt decay, and then blackened beetles. Two blackened shells lied on the ground in front of her, but far too big to be beetles. Oh my god. Two charred bodies, one particularly covered the other in an embrace. She noticed the arm sticking out like a burnt branch, like a larger figure. Her eyes tracked down its length until reaching a glint of metal, a charred glass.
What?
I recognize this watch from this picture. Her chest tightened and her blood turns gold. Then, this must be Mr. Stahl. Blonney scans over the two charred bodies, feeling as if the hollow eyes were gazing back at her. But then, who is he holding? It looks like a kid. It can't be. No, that's impossible. Jack's right here with me. But then, who could this child... Wait, then, who could this dead kid be? Help me. It couldn't be him, could it? If this smaller body is Jack's doll, then who was the Jack she found in the attic of the Night Owl Inn? Who did she bring here? Jack? Nobody responds. Blonney turns, realizing she is now alone. Distant thunder rumbles. The heavy, wet raindrops begin to fall, drowning out the footfall rushing from behind her. She is struck hard on the left side of her head, and her vision fades to black. So, part 4, Fabric Hearts. Maintaining its essence, yet surpassing its kind, it shows them all what a true heartbeat is. March 13, 1428, raining. The phone rings, and heavy steps echoes across the empty lobby of the Night Owl Inn. He finds no clerk, only a note on the front desk in neat, folding handwriting. He doesn't pick up the phone, but waits for it to go to the answering machine.
Here is the case.
Miss Blonney, I'm a detective with the Violent Crimes Department regarding a property you were robbed of. Rain taps the window. The rain taps against the window, and a distant wood loom, dark and foreboding. The inn door opens again, and he hunches his back, stepping out in the rain. Her eyes squint open against a dull but throbbing pain. She moves to put her hand to her head, but finds them tied. Don't struggle. I wouldn't want that rope to cut your soft, delicate skin. The man examines the girl closely. What a perfect little blonde treasure she is. He presses 2 fingers in her neck to her neck, checking her pulse.
Wow.
Glad you didn't have a heart attack on me. It happened before. I mean it, Bonnie. Don't have a heart attack on me. Wait, so if she knows the name, would that be the innkeeper? Or no? A lively, athletic blonde, beautiful and innocent. She'd make for a fine cheerleader, just like those girls in 17 magazine. It's you. You found your way here. Now things are right on track, just as I thought they'll be. With his gloves now on, he takes out a leather flask from his coat, unscrews the cap, and nods at her. Then, he pours liquor down her throat. I hope you die a bit slower than others because, well, you made a mean tuna salad. Baptist? The man applauds.
Nice.
What a clever girl you are. Baptist toys with a gleaming pointed hammer, and Bonnie sees her own blood glistering in it.
Wow, I almost got chills.
Too bad you chose the wrong career. I told you, you'll make a great model. So, then you're behind all this, then. It was you that gave that rot gut to Julie. You were putting something in the wine. She knew something, and you wanted to keep her lost in those happy waters clouds. But then, Sal find out. Of course he would. Tom said he was a wine snob, but he noticed something was off. So you lured him into the woods, and then he recalled the charred remains. You burnt him and Jack too, then started the forest fire to cover it up. What? You want a gold star or something? There's no prize for figuring out this mystery. Bonnie focused her gaze, trying to see Baptist clearly, but his face keeps shifting. Her mind is clouded from the alcohol. Hey Master Gore, how's everything? The rope is tight, but she twists hard against it, hoping to get free and cutting at it with her fingernail. But that scrub mark on the kitchen floor, it wasn't recent. You brought one of your victims back here, didn't you? The wife. Though you used the kitchen-grade industrial bleach to wipe away the evidence. Baptist grips his chin slightly with the hammer, a mocking smile on his face. Are you talking about Reverse 1999? This is another like gotcha game. It's a card base where each character has 2 attacks or 2 skills and then their ultimate. So it could be buffs, counters, attacks, heals, and then whatever. So it's like one of at least 2, and well, it's one of those and once we level up to 5 Moxies or 5 stars, they could do their ultimates. Alright, take care, J Master. Have a great night. Thanks for coming out. That day, he cleaned the kitchen more miraculously than ever before, but one spot proved too stubborn for him, like it's still framed from a horror movie. He pours all the bleach he could on it, and left a massive stain. Seeing that was the first time Saul became suspicious of him. What about Jack? Yeah. Oh yeah. That stupid kid wouldn't stop whining about his daddy. Told me he had to find him, so I helped him out. They had a touching little reunion until I lit the matches anyway. You're insane. Batista smiles. I heard the one before too. It was a woman, actually. I'm sure you figured out who. She said that after I tried a bit of her favorite cream sherry, I joked that she drank so much of it, her blood probably tasted of it, and it did. You think I'm just another victim that got too smart? Or you messed with the wrong chick? The 9-line rope snaps, and Bonnie hops to her feet, and reaches for the branch nearby. She swings it back, aiming straight at the killer's eyes, but he catches her wrist in one hand. Batista stops for a second, marveling at the blood oozing from Bonnie's fingers, watching as it slips down her slender wrist and onto his own. You've seen enough movies to know better than that, haven't you? Let me go, yo.
Dear?
So expressive. I'm telling you, Bonnie, you were wasted behind the camera. I'll make sure you stay in one piece when I'm done with you, not like your tuna salad, all torn up and shredded to fit on a plate. I'll be ashamed to carve up that body.
Nice.
You know you're not like the others, but I'll tell you this. You do have one thing in common. Your reckoning has come, just as it does for us all. You will die here, Bonnie, just like the rest, but don't worry. We all have to meet our maker sometime.
No.
You're the only one You're the only one making his... Wait. You're the only one meeting his maker today. She pulls out a sheet of drawing paper.
Fine.
It's a
I'll give it
butcher.
try. No. Hey.
Hey, little guys. Please, you gotta help me. Let's see, what could I do if I do this? Wait, didn't something get to 2?
Over here. Hey. Watch out. This is a special performance.
Let's do the debuff first.
No. Watch out. This is a special performance. Always one shit on me. Come out of thin air. They are hideous and feeble. They are my friends. Ouch! Over here. So, hey. Over here. Can't be bothered to sweat it. Come on, baby. Hey. All right, the party's over. Thank you for cleaning up the room and watching the.
Part 5, Burning Fire. I'm just checking something. So there's 6 stages for her. So Burning Fire. The fire fulfills its blazing duties, quietly humming a song of its own. Yeah, I liked it because of the story, but also the artwork is pretty good, nice. March 13, 2030, raining. Just like in so many horror movies, the villain is never killed off right away, but he's weakened for the moment, a crucial moment. She snaps back to reality, reminding her of who she is and where she is, bringing on a wave of fear. Yeah, some of the stories are pretty interesting. because you find out like besides like the characters, some of their anecdotes and stories they tell how like their past, like how they became the character. Oh, but like there's so many characters that you can play as, and right now it's on. Let's see, it's been a year since the game. Wait, I think October was the year mark, so it's so far 1 year and 2 months so far. Yeah. She is still alive. She has to get out of here. It's not over yet. She doesn't get far. As she passes through a thicket, she grabs from behind and lifts up. She flails her legs harmlessly, like a fish pulled from the water. Oh, I took the Kapumon off the stream for now. Because I wasn't sure how to turn off the... I kept on like saying hi, and then like usually when my Siri bot bans people, it like sometimes if there's like a whole list, it announces like each person that got banned. Like I'll just take that off. Batista's voice resonating in her ear. He's back, just as the script would have told her he would be. Down, but not out. Not yet. You're a fighter, Bonnie. I can tell you really value life. But I promise, I'll make you pay for all it's worth. Let go of me, creep! Bonnie drives her elbow into the man's nose. She hears a crunch, and his grip loosens as he falls. She then kicks back hard against his thigh. Damn it. My car. My car! I need to get back to my car. She feels a river of blood dripping down from her arm, unsure of where or what has caused it. Her headache is still ringing in her ears, and her thoughts race so fast to catch up, so she ceases to think, to fear, to hope. She runs out of the forest and onto the road. Her heart pounds to her chest, a sickly mix of adrenaline, fear, and exhaustion. She feels a strange numbness in her legs. She wants to stop, but the blood on her arms reminds her that he won't be far behind. She keeps running. She has to keep running. My car. Sweat drips down her face. Her fingers fumble with the keys. Her heart sounds like a drum in her ear. Saliva or blood is filling up her mouth. Metal strikes against metal. Friction, static, sparks flying. God, please let it start. Calm down, Bonnie. Just put the key in the hole and the glass shatters loudly behind her as her rear window is bashed out. What the? She catches a glimpse of Batista through the rearview mirror, swinging his hammer, the same one he has used to bash Stella's brain in, while trying to open the driver's side door. Damn it! How did you catch up so quickly? Hands off my car, you creep! She crawls out through the passenger door, tripping over her threshold, cursing under her breath as she makes for the hotel. Before spotting a white figure running towards her.
Hey!
Bonnie! You little brat, get over here! She sprints to the door, dragging Jack back to the hotel lobby. She grabs the doorknob for a second. She thinks about locking the door, but there'll be no point. He'll find a way inside.
Here?
Give it up, Bonnie. Time to get what's coming to you. Time for you to get a new bruise, you psycho. Bonnie shoves the door open, knocking Batista back down the steps. Yeah. Stay close, Jack. Blonney runs past the front desk, heading for the restaurant. She grabs the new revolver from the fireplace, tucking it into her waistband. The wine cellar, it's this way. Why did she come here? She realized only too late. It's secure, yes, but too secure. Only one way in or out. When he gets in, that'll be it. One way or another. The cellar's gonna be the tomb of hers. Or her. Or his tomb or hers. Listen, Jack, when he comes, I need you to run past him. You get up the stairs and go get help. Got it? The door buckles as he strikes hard from the outside. He's here. It buckles again with a loud and heavy thud. The latch nearly giving away. On the third strike, they break off entirely. Bang! Blonney draws the revolver and fires, but Batista's speed is astonishing. The bullet goes wide as he crashes through the door and charges towards her. Christ almighty. Give up, Blonney. You said that before, boss. Blonney takes a deep breath, her fingers on the cold steel of a gun, rotating the cylinder. Blonney, are we gonna die? I'm not dying today, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Kid? They call you the highway killer, a natural-born demon, but you're just a creeper loser. You got a terrible taste in wine. Seizing the moment, Blonney raises her right hand and shoots at the liquid on the floor, near Batista's feet. Sparks fly, tracing the surface of the high-proof sherry she has spilled out of the doorway. The alcohol burns and bursts into flames. What the? The flames grow wilder, and begin climbing up Batista's pant leg. Now, get out of here, run! What happened? Blonney, why are you all... He surveys the scene, his face illuminated by the firelight growing behind her. Upon seeing the gun in Blonney's hand, his blurry eyes widen.
Oh dear.
Good golly, I'm sorry about flirting. Don't shoot! Hotel's on fire. Check the other rooms for people. We need to get everyone out.
Wait.
What about you? Where are you going? I promised someone I'll help her. And I hate breaking promises.
Wait.
I'll go with you, Blonney. The flames roar, dancing around the staircase. Blonney halts in front of room 24, inserts the key into the lock and kicks the door open. Well, I never. Judy, come on with me.
Stop!
No, I ain't going nowhere. What's that smell? Smell? Smoke? Salt? You setting fires again? People live here, you know. You think I'm paying for this kind of treatment? Blonney looks into Judy's eyes, but is met with only a blank, unfocused gaze. A massive wave of heat hits her back, roaring with blazing fury. There's no time. She grabs Judy's arm. Come on, Judy. I got something for you. Something better than sherry. How does this sound? Exciting, right? She pulls Judy down the stairs. Before leaving, she takes one glance back at the hill, now consumed by flames. Blonney bolts out the hotel, leaps into the driver's seat, and turns the ignition key, revving the car's engine 3 times.
Good.
Yes, finally. Thank you for that. Let's get in the car, everyone. Hurry up. Jack stands motionless in front of the hotel.
What?
Jack?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't go with you, Blonney. I had to wait for Dad to come back. You can't, Jack. You gotta go. Besides, you made a promise, right? We found him. Now it's time to go.
But
Of course.
I know who you are, Jack. But no matter who you are, I did what you asked. Now it's your turn. So Jack's the doll. She pulls Jack into the car. Bonnie, you're bleeding. Yeah, that game got a little bit too intense back there, Jack. Can you call 911 for me? I need to wrap up the story fast. The car hums gently and rhythmically. Elizabeth Fraser's voice drifts through a crack in the driver's window. Fearless on my breath, teardrops on the fire. Night, night of the matter, black fire blossom, fearless on my breath. As the car spins away, fire bursts out from the windows of the night owl wind, as if the building were sighing in long-awaited relief. And we're at to the last one, Bristol Cream Sherry. I'm not sure if anyone tasted this before. I'm not sure if I tasted it. I don't think I had ever tasted this cherry drink. When lips moisten, twilight plunges into the well of reverie. The pulsating sound of massive attack blares out from the radio, making the world around them vibrate. Despite the noise, Bonnie finds her own rhythm. She races down the interstate, her wheels grind on asphalt as primal strain stares out from the black seat. Whenever I hit the scene, everyone's eyes are on me. Whenever Judy passes by, people can't help but look. Wow. What do you reckon tonight's headline's gonna say about all this machinery? I reckon it'll be something along the lines, Night of Terror at the Night Owl Inn.
Wow.
Wow, that's a good headline. You're more than just a cook then, aren't you? Just who are you really? Well, that's a secret. A secret, huh? So is that why you won't let me sit in the passenger seat? Bonnie lets loose a spirited laugh. Do you ever dream, Jack? Just a few nights ago, I dreamt I was running down a hallway, flames crashing down around me, burying me alive. Oh, that sounds scary. It wasn't that frightening, really. Dreams like that give me inspiration. I can create something from nothing and make people want to be part of it. There was a time I gave up on those dreams so I could make friends, but that doesn't mean they weren't important to me. They enhanced my sense of touch, sight, smell. They allowed me to perceive the smallest change in things, even in things that can't speak, the ones that need my help the most. I need them too. I don't want to lose it all again. I don't want to repeat the mistakes of the past, even though you can't change what's already been done. I mean, what can really get back? We can't undo the past, no matter how we try. All we can do is stand by the stories we create, take responsibility, and keep on living. Huh? She says a change in Jack's voice. She goes to grasp his hand, but her fingers pass straight through it. Jack? You?
Please?
Bonnie? I think you better let me out here before the sun goes down. Isasu, how's everything? Bonnie shifts to a lower gear, heads up a slope, and stops the car. I'm doing pretty well. We just finished Tuesday story of the bedtime stories, and now we're almost done with Bonnie's story. Look at all those cute emotes. Mr. Tom, Miss Judy, and Finny, they're all sleeping. They're drunk. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. The sherry I took from the cellar really had a kick. The sky clears up with a perfect timing. was almost bizarrely so, allowing the distant sunset to spread out its bright orange hue. So we got a good art piece. Wonder how many bottles she took. And that's her new outfit. The long road stretches out ahead as car drives past them, whizzing and creating little whirlwinds of air. Where are they going? Where will they fly next? I rode God far, I rode God near, he sang. It was our last ride over the hurdle human. They cowered when they heard us overhead. They lied our neighing into one of their image-ridden languages. Yeah, her new outfit is part of the... I think it's part of the battle pass, but I'm not positive. Dad would let me sit by Jack's bed and read us poems from Mr. Dark's collection, like The Rock Waterfall, A Crown of Flowers, Near Wine and Despair, and so many more. He said people are like horses. They can keep on running for ages, but when they get tired, as soon as they stop, they're gone, just like that. You think about things like that a lot, Jack. Sometimes, after all, I'm not really Jack at all, am I? I think people need to find something they love to keep on living, like how they love me, like how you love them. You made me realize that.
Thank you.
You made me feel like nothing was impossible. Thank you, Bonnie. I can tell you you're a family or tradition of mine. If you want, I can tell you a family tradition of mine. If you want to hear. Memory bread. It's something my mom used to make for me when I was a kid. She said one bite would make you remember something really important. It could be anything, any moment, and any place. So how about we raise a glass, drink a toast, break bread, and remember all our journeys. Remember who we are, because that's what made us who we are now. If we eat up all our memories, what will we have left? Something more interesting. I'll tell you that. Jack laughs. Once a few steps, then turns to face Bonnie, his arms wide open as he shouts. I have a dream, Bonnie. One day, I'm going to start my own journey. A life as free as yours. I want one last ride, just like in the poem. Take this, kid. She tears a sketch from her notebook.
That is.
What's that? This is Jack's inn. I don't know how long its magic will last, but as long as you have it, I think you have the blast out there.
Hold on.
Is this part of your secret? Huh. That's a secret too. She smiles, leaning against the car door. Oh, and take this too. She pulls a watch from her pocket and hands it to him. No batteries could ever get this thing ticking again, but the forest we found it in is a pretty depressing place. Find it a new home, huh? It's only right that you have it. But Bonnie, I'm not... Yes, you are, Jack. March 14, 1800, clear. After downing a bit of sherry, I like recalling those secret stories. I remember a kid once told me I had a good heart, but I know I'm an idiot and a real jerk. That kid claimed he wasn't real, just a toy, but I know he was something else. He was real. He's right there. Look into the horizon and you'll see him. At the end of our film, the protagonist drives off into the sunset, alone in a rented car. She knows its loyal groans and the wind rushing past her will always be intertwined with those memories. And that's the end of Bonnie's Anecdote. So she was like, so I'll show you her outfit. Alright, let me just start this thing first. Might as well get this done.
Back in town, everyone would be busy on a bright day like this.
So for Bonnie,
You'd
this
better
is the
really
new
do
costume she
something.
got. So her original costume is this. Then the next one, when she gets leveled up. So she's part of it was pretty nice because this is a haunted highway, but she was the I think 1.2 update where she was doing a theater for a horror movie also. Right, and this is her new outfit. So I'm not sure if the dress is if it's paint or if it's blood. We can rotate her. I want to see what kind of. So it looks like a cowboy on his on her hip. Ranch camping. Cabin available. Oh, so this is a life-size start. Wait a sec. Let me check the old thing. What's huh.